The larger system or the paradigm in which we live exerts an invisible but very powerful influence on us. All the systems that drive our lives, the economic, social, political, educational, and technological systems, for example, are all embedded in and have emerged from what we can call modernity. Since this is the environment in which we live, we are not very aware of how these large and invisible systems affect us. A little bit like the fish which is not aware of the water it swims in, or people like us who, by and large, are not aware of the great atmospheric blanket of air that presses down on us and inside which we live our lives. Tradition, according to the great scholar Ananda Kumaraswamy, has the following three traits. It has a sacred origin and is grounded in eternal truth. It has an unbroken lineage passed down from one generation to the next, and it is rationally understandable. According to this, all practices and habits that are part of specific cultures cannot be termed as tradition. For example, the fact that in very cold places like Tibet, people seldom take baths cannot be considered a tradition. Whereas treating the guests as divine, like we say Atiti Devo Bhava, is a tradition. A.K. Sharan, from the same lineage of Ananda Kumaraswamy, writes that modernity is defined by the following three traits. It is inherently violent. Erosion of human values, self-consciousness and shame towards one's own, and ecological destruction are examples of what this means. It is newness seeking. Anything new is assumed to be better than the old. There is also a confusion between newness, originality, and creativity. In tradition, things are verified and accepted over a long period of time, but modernity is quick in reaching conclusions. For example, new medicines appear out of nowhere and then vanish when they discover the side effects after some time. It is rootless. Rootedness points to being grounded in eternal truths. For example, in tradition, the choice of food is based on understanding of health, which is the same for all. In modernity, the choice of food is based on taste that is ever changing, while mostly ignoring the essential requirement of health. The contrast between tradition and modernity seems to be that tradition is based on eternal, unchanging, perennial truth, whereas modernity is based on individual preferences which have no root. In the next chapter, we will look in more detail at modern systems and how they impact our lives. But for now, I hope that the contrast between tradition and modernity has given you an idea of what we mean by modernity. Of course, education systems across the world are part of modernity and as such embody the problems that are inherent in modern systems. If we look a little closely, it becomes obvious that our long process of education is designed to turn us into automatons who mindlessly accept modern opinions and values without examining them critically.